All right, hi. Today I'm gonna be drawing. It's the scene from Tangled. I see the light where, like Rapunzel's having that moment of self-realization. She realized that Flynn liked her, like, he really loved her because before he was doing it, like, he was helping her so he could get back the crown. But then, like, with all that he did, like, they built a bond along the way. She realized that he really loved her. So I want to draw that because, like the meaning behind it. So I have like my classic, but I have my classic pack of colored pencils right here. Most of them are on the floor. And today I want to talk about, well, like how after working my first job, like my first teen job, which was Subway, I'm like wondering if I can like really do this for the rest of my life. Because to me, that just seems scary. A little background, I worked there for about a year. And it was mostly solo shifts. Also, it was never the morning shift because I don't know how to open it. So I only do it from like noon to closing. I'm like wondering, how do people balance like a 40-hour work week and then like their life like outside of work? Because like towards the end of the summer when it was like August, I was working 35 to 39 hours like per week. And for me, that was like, ooh, that's too much. I'm like, I'm not sure if I can do this for the rest of my life. Because me personally, I learned I get like mentally tired from dealing with people. So I discovered I can't really do something that involves too much like people interaction. Because I had the noon shift, right? But like beforehand, like I just need some time to like myself to like just like chill and like mentally prepare myself for the shift. And then like after the shift, which would be like after closing, so like maybe like 9, 10, I feel like I wouldn't really have the energy to like do much. So I just like laze around on my phone. That has me thinking like about my future. Like, I don't know, man. Right now, I work. I'm in college, by the way, but I work at like the campus dining hall, and depends on the day. I do different stuff, but I've worked in the dish room before. I actually like that. I also wipe the tables. I do like the minor student stuff, not like the big adult stuff like actually cooking. I just do stuff like serving people food, sitting at the cash register, wiping the table. It's all right. Like, I don't love it. I think like I see myself doing it for the rest of my life. Like, even if money wasn't like an option, if money wasn't like a factor, even if that wasn't a factor, like I still don't see myself doing that for the rest of my life. But I also don't hate it the same way that I disliked Subway. Like, there were reasons for that. That's like a whole different topic that we're not gonna talk about. I'm gonna actually start drawing because like I've just been like talking a little, as I'm supposed to. I'm gonna start with the boat. It's crazy how we're expected to know what we want to do for the rest of our life when we're 18 because like we're rapidly changing. So like our mind's rapidly changing. So like something that I want to do, like something that I've been wanting to do is something like I have a genuine interest in the medical or dental career, but seeing like the amount of schooling that you have to do and the amount of money, time, effort you have to put into it, that kind of scares me because if I end up not liking it, that means I just put all of like this time, money, effort, commitment into something, and that's not quite the vibe check. Because then I'll feel like pressure to stay even if I don't want to, just because I spent like so much money on it. You know what I mean? I'm drawing the boat, like the little rowboat right now. I found like the outline of the boat. It's like kind of hard to see. I don't want to like straight up draw too dark and heavy at first because I still want to be able to like fix any mistakes, like make it more rounded and all that. I do have like a genuine interest in medical and dental careers, but what I realized is that I don't really want to do like the social aspect of it nor like the networking part. Because like I'm more of an introvert person. Like I get mentally tired from dealing with people. So the social part, not something that I really want to do. And then like the networking, I know how good networking can be, but that just makes me as of now, I just want to do like a bunch of, not like a bunch of jobs, like a couple of jobs for like a few years at a time, so I can like get to know what like I'd like in a future job, what I wouldn't like, and get to try different stuff. So far as Subway, working at campus dining center, and in the future I want to do something involving kids, working at like a preschool or like an elementary school, they're gonna train me, and then like I'll help them with maybe like their homework or whatever they're struggling with. And something else I want to do is something like also in the like the science medical area, a lab assistant maybe. I got an email from my school about how there's a job opening for, it has to do with like botany, so you know, like flowers, plants, that type of stuff. You'll get to like help grow these certain type of flowers so we can like study and all that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, I want to do it. However, I can't because I'm already dealing with like classes and work already, and you know, it's not necessary. And something else I was considering, I think like around the same time, like before I started working at Subway, was I'm working at a Dollar Tree, because like almost everything's $1, so you don't have to deal with people asking like, oh, how much does this cost? $1. I mean, that's $1.25, but you know, like one uniform price all over. And because I wanted to work at a place where I know that my classmates don't really frequent, because I don't want to see people that I know. I want to like maybe like be a stalker, because I feel like a cashier job is like low-key kind of boring, bunch of people interaction. So I wanted to like stalk stuff, just like zone out, maybe even play some music. Maybe not still be down to like do a stalking job at like the Dollar Tree or somewhere, because like because for the people interaction, it'll just be them asking like, oh, which aisle can I find this item in? For the most part, I'll probably know. I'll be like, okay, like 2 aisles from here, right there. And something else I was considering, despite like the poor pay and like the fact that these people low-key get abused, is a dishwasher, like at a restaurant or like another food place. Because it's like, you know, don't really deal with people. You know that you're important, you're needed. Because oh yeah, in the future, I want my future job to like make me feel like valued in society, like important and needed. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe a dishwasher, because I will be the backbone of the restaurant. Like, y'all can't do much without me, because you need your dishes to be cleaned, and you need like a clean working space. So you're gonna need me. I follow like the dishwasher subreddit on Reddit, so I just hear stories about like them getting like abused, unappreciated, getting paid pennies, getting soaked in water, like people who don't stack the dishes correctly or soak stuff. And also like since I'm tall, like dealing with the back pain. I don't know, like it's still on the board. It's not completely off the table. I mentioned another job that I'm considering, being a seamstress, like the kind of person that makes clothes and all that. So you're not actually making clothes. And like so far, I do little things like patching up holes, sewing a button back on, like, you know, that kind of small stuff. And then like I've sort of like losing my passion lately. But reminded I wanted to sew clothes because like as a tall girl, I'm 5'11". It's hard finding clothes that fit in the right places. Like, you know, pants, they're not gonna go all the way down to my ankles. So sometimes I just wear men's pants, to be honest, but then they're like baggy, so that's another problem. Also, because I don't like most dresses that I see at stores, like I don't know, they just look like sad and limp, and I'm picky about my dresses. So if I were to make it myself, I could like choose a neckline and everything else and customize it to my heart's content. Also because like designing clothes, that's like totally cool. The fact that these clothing designers can have an idea in their mind, sketch it out, and make it, totally mind-blowing. And because it's a useful skill and it can be profitable to, you know, money. But my close friend, he draws these detailed outfits, right? And then he does on like not an iPad exactly, but something similar, because you can also like zoom in on it. And he showed me his drawings like a few days ago, and I was like amazed, because the fact that he can imagine something and actually put it down on paper, like I can't really do that. I mean, like, yeah, I can draw something sort of, but like it looks way better in my head. So what I will do is that I simply draw inspiration from clothes that already exist, right? But then with my own changes. He's also knowledgeable about like what specific shades of colors are called. Because I don't need a Home Depot paint swatch list. You know, like when you're gonna paint your room or something and you have just a wide range of different colors and shades. That's what I will need to like really understand to see if we're on the same page. But me and him, like, we could be a team. Like with his drawing skills and my sewing skills, we could like team up. Like we could team up for real. We can like start with like buying stuff from like the thrift store, like Goodwill or something, and then like transforming it. With my like experience, I can watch videos and then like, you know, build up on that. that would just be like awesome if we actually did it. I want to be like a self-employed seamstress, or like even in general something involving self-employment, because you get to have your own hours. I think I didn't like do too much research, but if you're self-employed, that means you get to have your own hours, right? Since I'm a night owl, that means I can stay up late working, and like that, having that like independence, that would be pretty cool to me. For my 11th grade intro to career development class, it was a half year course, but my real, when we were asking about a dream job, I said this money wasn't like, you know, something to worry about. I would be a self-employed seamstress. Like right now, I'm a freshman in college, but I don't have anything like certain like for my future career. Like, I mean, I do have like a genuine interest in like learning and stuff, but it's because like schools test you. They like give you tests and then they grade you, and that can like affect your future. And I just want to learn like for fun. Like I'm currently doing pre-med, I guess. I don't think I like officially declared it, but like I'm taking pre-med courses because like I like, for me, like my future, when I think about it, it's not like clear. Like I just see a bunch of different options, so I know I have to work on like, you know, finding or like discovering more careers and stuff, because you know like college is serious stuff that involves like time and money to decide what to do with the rest of my life, I guess. I mean, I could be like a housewife or a trophy wife or even like a stay-at-home mom, but I don't like the dependence on other people, because you know you're not making money. If your partner's abusive, you're gonna have to be stuck with them for like longer than you'd like, since like you need the money and you have to come up with your plan and all that. And because of like unfair assumptions, like you're staying home all day, and like homeboys, like husbands, spouses are working. So like the working partner probably thinks that like, you know, it's fun, like, you know, you get to stay home, do, I don't know, stuff they do at home. And then homeboy probably gets like upset when like he comes home and like something isn't done, because like it's like you've been home all day. What have you been doing if you haven't, like, I don't know, vacuumed the floors yet? Like pretty recently, like this is a few days before the spring semester starts, by the way, so no classes, just like vibes. Like this whole staying at home thing has been like pretty nice, because you know I get to wake up late, I can even take a nap later on, I can low-key do whatever I want, and like that, this has been like a little too nice. Like it had me once again like looking at being like a housewife again, despite like me not wanting to do it at first. But like looking at it again, I'm like, this shit might not be bad. Like, you know, if I have a good spouse. Like for example, yesterday was a great day because you know, I got to wake up late, and then I donated blood, which by the way, like I have an interest in blood, so I always try to donate blood whenever I can. But my iron levels tend to be low, but this time they weren't low, they were finally high enough to donate. So it's my second time donating blood ever. So yesterday I got to wake up late, donated blood, which made me feel like, you know, important in society, valued, fulfillment in the area. And then like I just took a walk around, because I love like just going on walks and discovering like new places, and like especially like going on a walk without GPS and just following your heart, trusting my intuition. And after that, I got some boba tea as a treat, because you know I'm supposed to like drink extra fluids or whatever after donating blood. And what did I do when I got home? And I watched a movie, but that was when it was nighttime. I think I continued to edit one of my YouTube videos. Also, like these past few days have been like really great, because I'm in my dorm and it's like been great because my roommate isn't here. Yeah, I love her, but like I also love having a spot to myself, because I'm not really a people person. So like in my future home, I'm gonna need my own room, or at least like my own space somewhere. But like it's been like really cool, like, you know, I don't have to worry about being mindful of like noise when I'm playing music. I can do like whatever I want. That's all had me like reconsidering like the housewife thing. Like I'm like, this life has been like really good so far these past few days, like just waking up late, doing whatever I want. Or if even like this content creator type thing works out well, I just for fun, not like for the money. That's why I don't like post like super often, because I do this because I genuinely like it, not because like, oh, I need to pay the rent this month, or oh, I want to make money. Like money will be like a cool addition to this, but I also do this because I like it. So if this whole content creator thing like works out, I guess I'm staying at home. I'm trying to make my videos, trying to make them genuine, because I don't want it to be forced, because I don't want to like release my bad energy. So if I'm not having a good day, and then I'm recording and I realize that like my bad energy is like seeping into the atmosphere, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna scrap this. I'm not gonna post this, because that's not necessary. I'm more for quality over quantity type of person. Also, yeah, we have to consider that this whole content creator thing, like social media influencer, is like a relatively new career. So it's pretty new. We don't really know like the long-term outcomes, like, you know, in terms of like retirement and other stuff. But I imagine that if you make enough money and you play your cards right, you can be like Gucci for the rest of your life, not have to work like a real job, I guess. I don't know. I'm just the type of person that kind of like goes with the flow, and most things tend to work on my favor. So maybe that's what will happen. I'm not sure what will happen. If like I'll do something medical, dental career, something different from that. Social media, I'm not sure. And what else do I want to talk about? The fact that it's the only thing I drew so far, the boat. I should probably work on that for one. Let me do the water. The fact that I don't have the navy blue is crazy. All I have is this light blue, and I want like a dark blue, because I'm trying to do the water, and water is looking like, you know, dark. Let me see if I have it. I got this one for free from like some kind of like mental health event. Do I feel like relief after that? Not really, but I still went. No, this is like the same kind of blue. I'm like looking, I'm like, yeah, this one also fights. See? Wait, let me see. That's like not the kind of blue that I want right now. So I'm just gonna have like a bright blue water. Let me talk about what I want like in a future job. I want like at least 2 days off per week. And I'm not sure if I want something in the morning, because if you get something in the morning, that means you're gonna get off like earlier. So you'll have the rest of the day to do whatever you need or want to do, compared to like the noon, afternoon, because I tend to just like dread work those hours before I have to go. It's like, I don't know. I want something that'll like make me feel fulfilled, important. I already mentioned that. And one thing about me is that I hold myself up to high expectations, because I just find it like necessary to, I don't know, be able to put my mind to do what I want to do and actually get it done. I blame like myself and like high self-expectation thing. I blame it on reading so much when I was younger and having like a hyperactive mind in general, because the main characters will be going on adventures for real, and they seem so like interesting. Like Aurora was in the cottage, Piano was in New Orleans, and like I wanted to be observant because of Cam Jensen and Nancy Drew, and the main character Sophia from Control Z series on Netflix. Also because after I watch a movie, I feel like the main character, you know, I'm just walking out and I feel like whatever just happened to like the people in the movie happened to me, so I'm just like thinking like, damn, that's crazy, man. Also like have a hyperactive mind in general, because, you know, didn't really have many friends growing up. So I'll spend most of my time daydreaming, and even now I spend lots of time daydreaming. I'm trying to think, like in the future, when I'm like adult, I'm already an adult, like I'm like 18. When I'm like an older adult, like 20s, I guess, even 30s, that means that I'm gonna have to go to work, maintain a social life, make time for hobbies, and like other stuff like cooking, cleaning, and I haven't even mentioned like family stuff, like, you know, have like kids, and like even other obligations. And to me that just seems so crazy that we're supposed to do all this and I guess like still be happy, because like I'm just working at Subway, especially like during that the summertime. It's just like an endless cycle of, you know, wake up, maybe get like a few things done before work, go to work, do the closing shift, come back and be mentally tired, eat food, wash dishes, and like stay on my phone for a couple of hours and like rinse and repeat. And I didn't really do much I mean, I did stuff outside of work, like cleaning. I did like the obligatory stuff outside of work, like, you know, cleaning, that type stuff, or taking a shower. But I don't want to be negative and say this, but I think I'm gonna have to, because I don't think I can do this for the rest of my life. Like, I'm gonna have to find something, whether it's working less than 40 hours per week, or finding a job that I genuinely like, or I don't know, because I just simply, I don't think I can do the whole 40-hour work week for the rest of my life and deal with other stuff. That's just like too much. But from Subway, I learned I like the non-human interaction parts of the job, like stocking the chips, stocking the drinks. What else was non-human interaction? There was like sweeping, mopping, cleaning windows. That requires energy and it's kind of boring. That was like alright. There are dishes. It's not too bad. With like just the back pain and getting water on the floor when I'm trying to like be quick and get my stuff done. Like, getting water on the floor low-key bothers me, because at the time I didn't have waterproof shoes or even like slip-proof shoes. And so like I damn near fell once. Like, I slid and I was like, oh, I forgot about the water that I spilled on the floor. Cleaning the bathroom, that's all right. Since like this was during COVID, not like 2020 COVID, but more so 2021 COVID, we closed the restroom off from what are they called? Oh yeah, customers. So it's only employees. So it's basically me cleaning up after myself. So it was alright, but like I wouldn't want to clean bathrooms in the future, because like people can be nasty when it's not their bathroom or when they know that they're not cleaning it. And I'm like, why would you do this? Remember that while I was like sweeping or mopping, I just play music, because the good music can make anything seem fun. So like my Apple Watch really came in clutch, because I can play music from my phone, and then if someone comes, I can easily pause it from my watch instead of having to like pull out the entire phone, having to pause it. I could just go click, click, boom. Something else about me is I take pride in my cleaning, because one thing I do it to procrastinate. My parents haven't caught on yet, because it's just like weird. Like, who cleans to procrastinate? I guess that's me. But I do that because it delivers like an awesome after result. Like, once you see the cleaned, like before and after, that's like nice. By cleaning to procrastinate, I mean that I go into depth. Like, normally I wouldn't like clean, like, I don't know, like doorknobs or like the oven door. Like, I do places I normally wouldn't do when I'm trying to procrastinate on something. And then it still makes me feel productive, because like I just cleaned something that I've been putting off forever, and I finally did it. So at least I'm productive in some way, even if it's not the thing I'm supposed to be doing at the moment. Also, like, in case like this whole college thing, like, or like becoming a medical doctor thing or something doesn't work out, so a good cleaner. So maybe I can do cleaning in the future or something, or housewife type shit. Kidding, I don't know. But all in all, I'm still confused about my future. I didn't finish the drawing, but I should finish it so at least I can like show you guys like the finished result. Should I draw myself instead of Rapunzel and Flynn? I'm gonna draw myself. I'm gonna do that with a pencil. Like, go in. Like, I've never seen like the lanterns. I don't even know if there are lanterns around me, but that seems cool. Unless I see the light. It's self-realization, self-reflection. I've been working on self-reflection lately, because like, you know, it's good to do that, you know, checking on yourself and all that. Draw my person with her arm raised, but I know that I'm gonna have trouble with the shoulders, because I fight my demons a lot. But I'm gonna try my best, and that'll at least make me feel better. I'll just do like a stick figure face, you know, like just whoop, whoop, whoop. An afro, can't go wrong with that. It's what I currently have. I'm about to like make the lantern. What does the lantern even look like? I have a picture like right in front of me, by the way. That's why I'm like looking up at it. I'll just make like some kind of like rectangular shape, I guess. stuff like something on top to like help it fly, or they're all like brightly colored, so I can't like really page. What should I write on it? I feel like you can draw lanterns if I remember, so I'm gonna write my name with a few hearts because self-love. Self-love. This lantern is like all right. The lantern isn't lanterning. The lantern isn't lanterning. I guess I'm gonna make the water. Yellow's a hard color to see on white paper. I recently realized that. But we're gonna make like a bunch of lanterns. I wanna look more circular shaped, I guess. I don't wanna like, make it too circular because that's not the goal. Long story short. These lanterns are kind of big. I'm gonna make them like of various sizes because there's like some far and some close. I might actually go see some lanterns because I'm drawing this. I'm like, oh, this seems nice. I wonder if Rapunzel wanted to see it. Should I talk about goals for the new year? I don't really like writing down my goals because then like once I see it and I see that I haven't completed it, I just feel like, I guess like guilty or bad. So if I don't write it down, then I don't have to be like, oh, I didn't complete it. Okay, I'm gonna come back when I'm done because this video is gonna be too long and I don't want to deal with editing like a 40-50 minute video because that's gonna make like my iMovie crash since I edit on my phone. So I'm gonna come back when I'm done with this, like coloring it and adding more details and stuff. I forgot to mention about like the toxic hustle culture nowadays. Like you can sleep when you're dead, or bragging about how they don't sleep that much. Like, oh, I only slept for 4 hours, get on my level. Like, no, I don't want to get on your level. I kind of want to live a long life if possible. That kind of thing. Or, you know, you need to work 40 hours a week, like 8 hours a day. And maybe we don't want to work 8 hours a day. Maybe we don't want 40-hour work weeks anymore. I forgot like when COVID first started and we had to do work from home, like people realized that they didn't need to work like all 40 hours because that simply wasn't necessary, or that they could save time by not having to commute and all that. And you know, I didn't have to deal with it because I wasn't working at the time, but just something to think about, something to chew on, you know. And I've watched videos about this topic too, which is why I was inspired to create my own video. I'm gonna link the video down below. I think it's by Amanda Mariana, and she did a way better job than me because she took the time to, you know, like find her sources and back them up, like the whole 6 yards. And I didn't quite do that. I just went by personal experience for the most part. So I was also inspired to create this video after talking to my brother. He's a year older than me, and he worked at Dunkin' for about a year. And so like we're talking about the whole, you know, having to work for the rest of your life type thing and like the possible 40-hour work week. And we're like, yeah, this is like too much. Like one day he's gonna come home and we're not gonna be alive. We're gonna unalive ourselves. That's a joke, of course. Like, yeah, so it's like the feeling isn't like just me, it's like more than just me. So just wanted to bring, I guess, some more awareness to the topic and like get my feelings out. So I was interested, so I asked my close friend about how he also feels about having to work for the rest of his life and like the 40-hour work week, like the whole shebang type thing. It's a somewhat proper interview. I had my questions ready. I asked him it, he answered. So this is what he said. Let me just give you a little background on him. As of now, he's a junior in college and he currently works at a clothing department store, but he doesn't want to do that for the rest of his life. He's also a film major, so, you know, he might do something in that industry, I guess. So the first question I asked him was, does the thought of having to work for the rest of your life scare you? Because I know for me it does, but we're talking about him now. But he says not really, as long as it's something that he likes. Understandable. And thoughts on the 40-hour work week. He did that like maybe a few times during the summer, if I recall correctly. And he says that yes, it's tiring, but like once he sees that fat paycheck, he doesn't mind as much. And then I asked him, what do you value or look for in a future job? said that he doesn't want like a repetitious cycle. Like he craves excitement, so he'll even work two jobs so he's not doing the same things every day. And I asked him thoughts on having to balance work with other stuff like your hobbies, family, cooking, cleaning, social life, all that. And then he said he'll make like his close friends at work, that way like work equals social life basically, I guess. And then he'll make time for hobbies and spend money on like, cultivating his hobbies and all that. And when I asked him about family, he said that he sees himself as a single man, but he might adopt a kid. I asked him if your partner made enough money to support you both, would you be down to be a house spouse? And then like he was like on the edge about that because he could use like his newfound time to pick up like some hobbies and all that. But then there's also something about like making your own money. So even if the partner made enough to support them both, you might still work for that fulfillment, But overall, like we had a nice chat about that. A part of me just wants to stay home and explore like different hobbies and stuff. Like, drawing and trying new stuff like pottery, wood carving, soap making. Like just like explore life, live life, find out if I have like a hidden talent or maybe I'm gifted somewhere. Just like the chill life, I guess. But in this like modern day and age, it might be like unattainable, like unfeasible. Another reason why I was initially against like being a housewife is because like when you work, you get interesting stories from work, Like you get to come home and also chat about your work day with your other people in the family that also work, like, spouse, even kids if they're old enough. Like, oh, this happened at work today, this crazy thing happened today. And like if you're just home, you won't like have as many. I guess you can still have interesting stories depending on like what you do, but like maybe not as much as, also depends on like your work, I guess. It's like interesting stories. But when I was just old enough to work, so 16, and I was staying over at my cousin's, everyone in that house could work because they were all older than me, the parents and my two cousins at the time. They were I think 19 and 17, so yeah, they were both working. And they'd have interesting stories after coming back from work, and like it was over the summer break, so I couldn't really I didn't really have like any interesting stories, like whether it was from school or whatever. But like, they'd come home, chat about their day, talk about something interesting happened at work, and just like the feeling of belonging and being able to contribute to the conversation is pretty cool. Like right now, I have a book about Aristotle I'm supposed to be reading for the class that starts on Thursday, and I've only read like one section, which is like only a page or two, because it's like low-key like a lot to handle because it's about philosophy, so it requires like a lot of brain power. Okay, so I want to add a new part about how I've recently started to read Aristotle for my humanities course. The book is called like Nicomachean Ethics or something, but a question that is brought up is, what is the ultimate purpose of human existence? And a complete life is active and it has purpose from what I understand. So pleasure, it's not really a way to live. My teacher's example was like chilling on the beach, a drink in one hand, legs crossed, which is sort of how I feel when I just like spend the day binge watching a TV show or movies. Like not really a way to live. I just feel like unproductive. I'm not really happy. But then that also reminded me of this Abraham Lincoln quote that was plastered on the door to my elementary school art classroom. Like, if you lived a long life, but you didn't do much, that's not like hooray kind of good. But if you took advantage of your time on earth and pursued like your passion, maybe found your gift or whatever, that's like making the years count. And also, in 7th grade, during the first few days of class, my 7th grade English teacher showed us this motivating video called Regrets by Prince EA. I'll like link it down below. I love that video. I have it saved, and like every once in a while I just watch it to like invigorate my mind again. And like let me kind of go down like a morbid path here, but it reminds me of how life can be taken any day, like especially when I see a news headline about like a dead young person. Like you never know, like God forbid, but if something were to happen to me tomorrow, I will not be proud of how I live my life. So to be realistic and kind of like return back to the topic at hand, I will need to find a balance between my future job and my passion so I can make the most of my life. Or even like right now, balancing college with stuff I want to do, like hobbies and fun and my social life. I mean, to be honest, the social life part pretty new to me because I didn't really have close friends growing up. Like now I kind of do, and that's like cool, but it's also like gotta balance it with everything now. That's like a topic for a whole other video, like the me not having close friends. That's a whole other video. We don't need to talk about that right now. But I'm still working on finding like my personal balance that leaves me like fulfilled and happy. Because right now it's mostly repetitive, and I don't quite like that. I think that's all for today. I recently realized that comments on most of my videos were turned off, but I figured it out and I turned like them all back on. I turned all the comments on now. So I'm wondering if maybe I'll get a comment on this video, see if people agree, disagree, like your thoughts are. Yeah, thanks for watching till the end if you actually did so. I'm scrolling on my laptop right now, so if you see me scrolling, I'm scrolling. Anyway, that's all. Peace. Alright, I'm done with the drawing, I guess. I didn't color in the sky because I don't have like the proper dark blue and I don't feel like messing it up just so I can like color the sky. Let's see, I did like the light blue for this for the water because I want to make it obvious that we're on the water. That's the boat. That's me. I miss my natural hair color, and I'm not gonna lie. But my hair is actually like a dark brown and not black like I put over here, but it's cool. And I did a green dress because the green can like, you know, symbolize like new beginnings, and I wanted something with symbolization. And I also like put like little flowers and stars and other berets in my hair because I remember reading Fancy Nancy books and she had like all these fancy stuff in her hair, and even now like I'll still take fancy stuff in my hair. I'll just a lantern with my name on it and 2 hearts, and I just have like a bunch of other lanterns. Those are orange is because it's like more so in the back, so it's not going to be as bright as the ones up front, and because I wanted to like add some, you know, some color to it other than just yellow. I know the lanterns actually have like this like little designs on them, but I don't feel like doing that. I remember seeing Chinese lanterns, like they were like red and yellow if I recall correctly, from Ni Hao Kailan. It's a Nick Jr. show. I don't think they play it anymore, but I just like while drawing the lanterns, that's what I was reminded of. Yeah, this is a finished finished drawing. Pretty proud of it.